to my channel. We're going to do a first reading challenge. We're going to read the shortest books on the Goodreads TBR. I'll show you now what they're doing. So a couple of the rules or kind of guidelines that I'm going, if they're obviously in a series, I haven't read the series yet, or the one before a series, it goes to the next one. It hasn't come out yet, any of those things. So our series will be, after going through the TBR, we have two things that I do not have a physical copy of. One is, let me look at my Kindle real fast. One's Raising Good Humans, which is an audiobook I have. A Cold Day for Murder by Dana Stabenow. One of them is Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson, MD. And the new 1 Minute Manager. These are both recommended to me to read when I, was graduating college, starting my real job. However, I never actually got around to reading them, so we're going to read those. Hold on. I have a little helper here today. Snake Charm and Falcon Dance by Amelia Atwater Rhodes. I read the first one, Hawks On, already, so we're gonna read the next two in the series. We have Comfort Me with Apples, which I believe was a Goodreads horror nominee, so pretty excited about that one. Recently started reading the Wayward Children series, so we're gonna read the next two in the series, Down Among the Sticks and Bones, Beneath the Sugar Sky. The first one I really liked, I just wanted to continue. And Nothing But Blackened Teeth, which may have also been a Goodreads horror, but these are the 10 we're going through. They have destroyed the basement, but at least they're letting me read. And Dad's cooking. We're living the life. Cute. Cute baby. Really quick update on the books that I've read so far before I have to go get the kids. We've read 2 of them so far. I started with Who Moved My Cheese and the new 1 Minute Manager first. I started with those just because they kind of go together in my eyes, and they've been on my TBR the longest. I gave them a 4 out of 5. They're good. They have good information, short, sweet, to the point. That's really all I have to say about them. And then the next one we're going to read is Nothing But Blackened Teeth. I'm excited for this one. So I'll give you an update after I finish this one. I have a slight change in the TBR. I went to read or listen to Raising Good Humans. Unfortunately, it's a very interactive book and it just doesn't fit. I went through the list. Sorry, my copy's messed up. And the next one that fit was In Now's the Dream, which is the 4th in the series of the Wayward Children. Did finish Nothing But Blackened Teeth. It's a haunted house horror. I wasn't a big fan. It was a little different than I was expecting. Not a lot happens and all stuff happens and then it's over. 2 stars for me. I'm sure it's good for people, but just that was a letdown for what I was expecting. The next one I'm going to read is Comfort Me with Apples, and I'm hoping to get a few books read this weekend, so I will give an update when I have it. Ignore the noise upstairs. Grandparents are helping play with the kids really fast. So we finished Comfort Me with Apples. Very good. It was a little short. I wish it was longer. But overall, it was good. It's about a woman who lives in kind of this, I guess, gated community. Everything's perfect. Very good. The next book we're going to read. So since we're not reading Raising Good Humans, I read Comfort Me with Apples. And now we're going to start on Snake Charm volume. It's the second in the I'm not even trying to pronounce that series. So is what we're starting next. So I'm gonna go take care of that. We should be reading, but we're at the park playing. Cleaned house earlier today, so we're having a fishing fun day. You want me to? We finished Snake Charm. The series is about like avian and serpents who can like transform from like cobra and human, falcon and human, or hawk human, whatever. And they have kind of like the same as like witches and vampires and demons and werewolves. Like they have their like little factions, if you will. It's a 2.5. I'm going to give it a 3 for nostalgia. So when I was younger, this was absolutely my favorite author. I loved Demon in My View, Forest in the Night, or Forest in My View. Forest of the Night, Demon in My View. Let me check that. Demon in My View, Midnight Predator, Shattered Mirror. Like that series was my absolute favorite. I kind of want to reread them, but at the same time, I don't want to mess up the memories of that. Anyways, long story short, I had started this series when I was younger. I read the first one and I didn't finish the series. So I wanted to finish the series. For that time in my life, this absolutely would have been a 4 or 5 star book. However, just being older, it just didn't have enough for me. I don't know how to explain it. It's a good book. It's good for YA. Since we read the second one and we have the third one, Falcon Dance, in the challenge, we're going to go ahead and start reading this one next. And I'm thinking, I have a couple of series that, for example, The Wayward Children, this one, a Gibson Bond series. I can't think of the author of that. Anyways, there's a few series that I've started. And since I'm so close to, I would have 2 left after I read these of this series. And I think I would have only a few left of this after this series. I'm thinking about doing a challenge where I try and finish a certain number of series that I've started but haven't completed. We'll see. But we're going to start on Falcon Dance. And then after that, we will go to, all we have left are these 3, which are in a series. And so we'll just follow the series. So I'm not going to lie, kind of excited Falcon Dance done because I'm really excited to finish the Wayward series. Finished Falcon Dance, again, another 3 star for nostalgia. It's better than Snake Charm. However, there was still something more that I wanted again. Probably would have enjoyed it when I was younger. But overall, it was a good book. I know I said I was going to read the Wayward Children series next. However, we still need to read A Cold Day for Murder. We're going to read that next, and then we'll probably go into, well, we will go into reading the Wayward Children series and finish out the challenge. I'm waiting on the husband and kids. We're meeting for dinner after work. However, I was going to give a quick update. I finished A Cold Day for Murder. Yeah, again, not a good one. I felt like, how do I say this? Instead of showing me who characters were or how you should feel or the situations, they explained it in great detail. So I just felt like instead of developing your thoughts on how the characters were or how the situation was going, they told you. They told you what you wanted to think of the characters, how you wanted to think about them, all that stuff. We're just told a lot. The descriptions of the Alaska situation was pretty understanding, you know, how the village was laid out, all that stuff was very descriptive. However, for how short of a book it was a lot. Just finished getting ready for bed, so excuse the makeupless face. But we finished Down Among the Sticks and Bones today. This was even better than the first one. I like that it gets more into the actual worlds that they come from, or doorways, I guess, as opposed to hearing about their experiences there without actually going there and then being in the Wayward Children's house. This was a definite 5-star, and I went ahead, already took the cover off, started Beneath the Sugar Sky, the third one, and so far I'm like a quarter of the way in, so not very far. Very much enjoying it so far. We finished reading Beneath the Sugar Sky, another 5-star. Loved it. Loved getting in this one getting to go to multiple doorways. I'm definitely excited. We have one more on the list, In an Absent Dream, which I just started. I'm the first chapter in. I know I said I was thinking about doing like a finishing series that I've started. However, I only have like 3 of these left. They're super short. I'm really enjoying them. I'm probably just going to finish this out. Don't know that those would necessarily be in that challenge, but I'll look at what other ones that I have because I know I have plenty and see if that's still something I want to do. And then again, I started it, so I took the paper off. So this is just the outside, but we're going to start In an Absent Dream. Once we get this done, we will be finished with our shortest TBR, and we'll kind of go over my thoughts on reading all short books and how it turned out. We finished In an Absent Dream, another 5-star. Again, just being able to see the different worlds, which I don't know if it's a spoiler, so if you really don't want to know, might want to cover your ears. I don't think it's a spoiler, but this is from Lundy's point of view, the kind of like therapist of the Wayward Children. It's a little bit different than the others, just kind of going back in time and seeing where Lundy came from. This is probably the best one yet. I don't know, the second one was pretty good. It doesn't matter. They're all amazing. This one is just as amazing, and I know I should be starting another challenge, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish out this series. They're so short, and I have 3 left, that it's like the equivalent of 1 book. So I can take a break for 1 book. I won't necessarily talk about that, obviously, in this series. I'm sure I'll talk about it in my monthly wrap-ups or quarterly stats, or I'll try and talk about the different books that I've read outside of this specific challenge or any other kind of challenges that I do. But I would definitely recommend this. This was a good book, a great series so far. I officially finished the shortest books on my TBR challenge. Sorry for the baby, he's gonna probably make some noise in the background. There's one book that was a Kindle, so we don't have it. Here are the books that we read, and he's just gonna destroy the bookshelves. We had 1 2-star, Nothing But Blackened Teeth. It just was a letdown. Don't know that necessarily it being longer would make it better, but I was just really let down by this one. Maybe my hopes were too high. These 2 were 3 stars. Again, they probably would have been 2 stars, 2.5 stars. But nostalgia, we bumped them up to 3. Then we had some 4 stars. These were good, knowledgeable. This one I think could have been better if it was longer. And then these ones were absolute 5 stars. They were all in the series and I loved them. In the beginning, I would have said, I'm not liking the books because they're too short. I want them longer, especially this one. I would have liked if it was longer. I still liked it short, but I would have liked it even more longer. However, when we got down to these books, they were 5 stars, and I thought that they were just fine the way they are. You still got enough being in the experience, really understanding stuff happening without missing out on stuff. So it still felt like a complete story. I don't know that I would necessarily say that, oh, short books are not my thing or my thing. I do think I prefer a little bit longer book. But I still think I prefer a longer book, but I still think you can have a really good book that is short like this. My brother gave me this like book stamp for my birthday. So now we gotta mark them. It's even more satisfying than marking your books for Goodreads. Bye.